What's up, man?
Huh? Hey, man.
Yeah, kind of a weird game.
Yeah, it was a really weird game.
Yeah, it was even weirder that after the game, the Penguins players got caught with suckadies.
Suckadies.
Suckadies nuts, boy! Woo! Low quality fans of a high quality Bruins team, that is a dub! That's a happy Saturday early afternoon dub! Oh, we get those all the time. Don't worry about it. On the short shift pod last week, they had asked, when is a win just a win? I'm going to link them below because if I mention them, I got to link them. Good stuff. You should check them out. They talked about how sometimes this fan base doesn't just say, hey, it's a win. This is when a win is a win. It says nothing about the team. It's a crazy game. It's not going to tell us we're going to score 7 goals a game going forward. And it's not going to tell us we're going to allow 5. It was a weird game. Very fun game, but that is when a win is a win. Right there. Just a win. We can just be happy with the win and move on. I fell into this trap, man. Like, you watch this game, and this is a really fun, exciting game. Tons of goals. They're going back and forth. It's a team you hate, and they hate you. You have a generational talent on both sides, and you just gotta calm down and watch the game and have fun watching hockey. I like to analyze the game. And this was not the game to do that. And I think I took a lot of enjoyment from the game by analyzing what's wrong with our defense and why are we finishing on more of these than we usually do. And just overthinking it instead of just enjoying a fun hockey game. We should leave that to the coaches. The coaches hate that shit. They hated that game. I guarantee it. But they're glad to get the win. Pirelli is now back on the third line. He's centering the third line. Coyle on the right, Bjork on the left. Weird. Personally, I'm not a big fan. I like Coyle as a center, but I get what they're trying to do. Jumpstart that guy a little bit by having him work with Corrali and Bjork. Danica back in. Senyshyn and Frederick are in with him. That's the fourth line. That's a fun fourth line, by the way. And then Comfort and Tenorti. And the game starts... and not great. 4 minutes in, Jankowski wins a face-off against Corrali. Dishes it back to Matheson, who just blasts it, and it's 1-0 Pens 4 minutes into this game into what felt like a must-win. Not a lot to say about that first period, though. That's pretty much it. Other than that, really even back and forth. The teams were getting chippy right away. Clifton still looks terrible, and Tenorti looks good. Now, the second is where things take off right away, starting with a bang. Bergie wins the initial face-off. Puck gets dumped into their zone. Marshy wins the race on the left boards down at the bottom. Shoves it to Smith, who's behind the net. He puts it into the scramble in front of the net. Bunches of bodies. And Bergie is the one who gets to collect and makes a nice shot. That is glove side. That's 11 seconds into the second, and it's 1-1, baby. And DeSmith is not going to have a great time here because 11 seconds in is only 34 seconds away from 45 seconds in. That's math. And guess what happens then? It's another dumping, and Krejci wins the race. This is stuff we haven't seen pretty much all year. This play was pretty cool because Krejci wins the puck, gets it to Ritchie, who's behind the net, who then feeds it to Krejci, who is then circled all the way up. He fires it. After Ritchie fed him the puck, he comes back up in front of the net, deflects it over to the left, and Pasta's there to finish it. Everyone kept moving towards the middle. If I do not have the puck on my stick, I'm moving. I'm collapsing. Nothing DeSmith could do about that one. That is 2-1 Bruins, and it looks like we're starting to... oh, never mind. 3 minutes into the period, we ice the puck. Crosby wins a face-off against Bergie. He cycles all the way around, makes an impossible pass to Gensel, which is, you know, what Crosby does. That is a tie game, 2-2. Kind of feels like Halak could have had this one, even though it was across the slot. But we're going to move on. 2 minutes later, so now 5 minutes into the game. It's 2-2 now, remember. We take a delay of game penalty. McAvoy closes his hand on the puck and throws it away from the slot to save a goal. This is just another transition goal. It's a power play for them. It's a fast break, though. Comfort is too weak on the stick of Gensel. Gensel is able to feed McCann across the slot, and he just buries it. Nothing Halak can do. It's 3-2 Pens. And all of that great energy from the first minute of the period is gone. This game was just star players being star players. We get possession, extended possession in their zone. Grizz is flying around the ice. And as he does the little swoop around, Marshy's flying through the slot. Feed, blast it past to Smith. and it is 3-3. And what's fun about this goal is that there was an immediate fight between all 5 players on the ice 10 seconds later. Marshy will get 2 for high sticking out of this, which he did, and Letang will get 2 for roughing. I am actually surprised that we didn't get the extra penalty on this one. I think we deserved it. 3 minutes left in the period, 3-3 game, and Pasta gets hooked, taken down on the play. We're going 4-3 power play time. I loved the way we looked in this game with puck movement. It was incredible. It was like poetry on ice. This is just a typical Pasta and Marshy playing catch. Marshy's up at the point. He decides to fire it down. Here's the trick. He's not shooting on net. He sees Krejci just to the right of DeSmith. He does a slap pass to him. Krejci just buries it. The reason DeSmith couldn't save this is because Bergeron was screening the goalie. And then, again, 20 seconds left in the period. Bergie wins a faceoff, goes to McAvoy. McAvoy feeds Marshy in the slot, and he beats DeSmith blocker side. That's 5-3, baby! This game had the wheels fucking come off. It was so hard to keep track at a certain point of what was going on. Third period, and early in the period, about 4 minutes in, Halak had to make a huge save on a 2-on-1. We're up by 2 at this point, remember. This game, with 5 goals allowed, really, Halak didn't look that bad. There were so many chances that Halak stopped that probably should have gone in. This was a shit show of a game defensively. Unfortunately, 30 seconds after that, we're less than 5 minutes into the period, and the Pens are all over us. Big push. They have all the zone time they want. Cece is left alone. I don't know. Cody Cece is our kryptonite? What? Cece gets the puck all alone, beats Halak. It's 5-4. 8 minutes left. It's 5-4, 1-goal game, and Halak with the save of the game. Oh, this was so huge. Just splits them, boys. Gets over to the left, makes a stop, keeps us in the lead, and that was important because just a minute later, Richie lays the smackdown on Matheson in the neutral zone. And you looked at it and immediately you go, oh, we're getting called for something. But you watch it over and over and there's nothing to actually call. It's just so rare that you see an open ice hit like that. Richie knocks him over. He starts sprinting into the zone left side. He has to feed it to Pasta on the right with a nice little bit of sauce. And he buries it. High glove. That is 6-4. And we're feeling good. We'd be feeling better if the book was called the correct way. Pasta has an empty net breakaway chance. Steals the puck from Letang. And Letang, to prevent the goal, hooks him and pulls him down. Now, in every conceivable universe, that is an awarded goal. Because it's an open net. And he's 10 feet from it. And he's the only one in. But it's a power play instead. And what do you think we do with it? 6-on-5. Because they pulled their goalie. Crosby just really kind of a mild shot, stays on the ice, and Halak just lets it slide right through him. And that is 6-5. And there's still a couple minutes left of this game. Not only that, but off the draw, I will show you what you've already seen 1,000 times. Crosby, thoughts and prayers to his family, takes the butt end of the stick and died. He was dead for like 4 minutes on the ice, dead, had to get resuscitated. I swear. You would be guessing that, right? From that fucking picture? I'm not saying he didn't get hit. I'm not saying it wasn't high sticking. What I am saying is that was embellishment as fuck. And anyone, I hate this, you always see it. You just never play hockey, you don't get it. I saw him initially react in the video, realize, and then throw his head back. You see the little stutter step. He embellished. He's not the only one who does it. It's just weird that the guy has talked about how his relationship with refs has been when he was younger and how he's tried to improve it, and he's a fucking diver. I can't get too mad. Marshy dives sometimes too. Pasta dives sometimes. I'm being biased. The crowd goes nuts at this, by the way. Feels amazing to hear that again. We do finish the game off with an empty netter. That'll be Marshy's Hattie as he buries the empty netter. 7-5, ka-ching. Game notes. First line with Smith, looked pretty good. Second line with Pasta, looked pretty good. Basically all of our offense other than the fourth line, they looked all right. Now the first 2 lines basically did everything. But still, it was a decent game offensively. Take a look at the shot chart, by the way. Yeah, those are some inside chances. You want to talk about why we have this many goals? There it is. That's all we've been saying all year. I need Clifton out of the lineup. I'm sick of it. I'm done with it. Turnovers. dumping the puck in when he doesn't need to, just awful defensively. I'm done. I'm super done. I already mentioned this. Halak looked good for letting in 5. Honestly, weird statement. A lot of people did not think that, but sometimes you have to actually watch him play and realize that some of these are not his fault. And he came up huge near the end of the game. Lastly, we just got to build on this. This has to be a building block for us. I know this one's just a win. It doesn't say a lot about the team, but we got to start smoking a couple teams going forward. Just get the lead back so that we can make the playoffs comfortably. That's all I want. Just get back up to 5 or 6 points. That's all I want. Can you do that for me, please? Anyway, that does it for me. This is kind of a weird episode. I mean, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of stuff with Easter and all that crap, but thanks for coming by. Thanks for watching. We have 5 games in the next 7 days, so you're going to see a lot of me this week. Go Bees!